Now, I am back at the Forbidden Land of Eureka, and I intend to do a little bit of an interesting, you could say, experiment or styling, or how you wanna do it, how you wanna call it, but there are plenty of, you could say, when you look about it, there are plenty of these secret hidden weapons around here, but they are not the actual, I do intend to gather them all. But I intend to do them in a bit of different manner, because each and every one of them, when you go and pick them up, starts a boss fight. Each and every one of them, no exceptions. And in the end, you would wind up into a room with a healing springs and couple and stores, which, well, and also you would find stores which would be selling the best stuff in the game. Crystal armor, shurikens, which are very good. Best magics, like summon spells, and even more good magics. But I will now intend to do the boss rush in a reverse order, starting from this stick monster, Elder Staff, because this one contains 2 secret jobs, you could say, or bonus jobs, whatever word you might want to use. But still, starting with quite basic attacks. Oh yeah, and it blew out a flare. Oh damn. Got a bit waste. I find it really annoying when a boss monster does to do like that it just keeps focusing on one target to take them out. And Scylla can also do some healing magics to itself, so you really need to throw out a lot of damage towards it to take it down. Well, it doesn't do healings every turn, because if it would do the healings every turn, fight would be a completely unbeatable, you could say, stalemate. You couldn't win it, and it couldn't defeat you. For some reason, it just keeps attacking Kane with its flare. Well, it's a good thing that it keeps attacking, because so it can actually goes down. Why actually even delivered enough pain to it? Yeah, it's got powerful magics. And because it's one of the few bosses which is actually capable of doing healing magics or using them, means it's gonna taking it down is quite a slow process, and more But luckily the game has much less this kind of bosses. You missed. Wrong target. It went down. The Cure 4 Kuraja didn't make it much stronger. And now I have the ultimate job. Both of them. The Onion Kid is useless class in this one. In Final Fantasy V, which loaned quite lots of these games, magic styles. In that, there was much more, you could say, use in all the little classes and all that. But in this one, there was just plain and simple updates. But now it's time to start using the ninja and sage classes to really go batter it down. Ragnarok. And another boss called Guardian. Yep. But I do this because Sage can use every magic in the game. No ifs, ands, buts, or limits or anything like that. So let's just blast this Leviathan. Tidal wave. Yeah, that hurt. But it's a kind of unnecessary to say that every character you play as has the exactly same sprites. It doesn't do any differentiation between them. Mega player. That should hurt. And it does a lot hurt. So as to say, having these way more potent classes now, capable of causing significant amount of headache to that thing, make it much more easier to just crush it. Otherwise, Eureka is a very much of a quite brutal slog to fall forward, trying to get further and just overcome the opposition you're gonna face, which is quite a lot. Yeah, Guardian goes down again. Goes down. Obtained Ragnarok. Yeah, it's a well, let's just get myself ready for the next battle. Because Eureka's weapons are nothing short of, well, most powerful weapons in the game. They are the ultimate weapons. That's why they were stashed in here. But there's one more. Although I would say that the max best jobs are the most important ones. Excalibur. and it was indeed struck in stone. And I faced some sort of general. Bio is quite good spell. It does quite a good, nice chunk of damage. Of course, Mega Flare. Yeah. And I should say that at this phase of the game, money is also becoming quite important matter. Because of the most important and powerful spells and stuff do cost money to buy. And I'm quite certain that in this remastered version, bosses were given a bit more hit points so that the fights against them would not be over in just few turns. But they still are. They still get over quite fast. Oh, it also has a bio. Don't worry, I have fire gun as well. And just for a variety's sake, blast it with a Leviathan. Oh, you're gonna try to heal yourself. Well, that was quite a big chunk of healing you did to yourself. But it doesn't help much. Oh yeah, and even if it was already in this one that the summon spells make your crew team disappear. Basically, I would say that the only big problem in getting the final jobs is the fact that you have to start them from the bottom level of skill. That means you start them at level 1, which is quite inconvenience knowing, but even then Ninja and Sage are very useful classes just because of their, you could say, almost ludicrous level of abilities they can use. Although I would say that the graphical style of Ninja class is not particularly interesting. Some sort of ninja boss. I wonder what she likes about Bahamut. Say hello to King of Dragons. Well, arrow guys. Well, that certainly wasn't anything to laugh at. But I would say that this kind of ninja style enemies usually are something that they're very fast but lack the big lots of damage and lots of ways to dish out damage and much less ways of taking damage. So the idea is usually just to try to get a drop on them. So let's see how does the Chocobo summon look like in this one. Chocobo kick. Aww, that was the first summon ever. Although that was not the first Final Fantasy summon I saw, but that also wasn't the completely first Final Fantasy summon because they had already been earlier versions, but that boss went down with very little effort. Thanks to very extremely potent new extra classes. The ultimate dark sword, you could say. I think that was the I would say that might have been the actual term used in this. But it looks like I've already gotten all the... Yep, I got all the necessary weapons and powers. I am about as powerful and potent as I could be. So it is time to make use of the supremely magical power of the inbuilt cheat of neutralizing encounters and go to the start to climb upwards the tower. And just admire. And I think that this used very much either same or very similar music than the Chaos Shrine of Final Fantasy 1 used. It certainly has similar feel, although of course the admittedly quite primitive stylings made sure that they really could, the Chaos Shrine of the past really was big and empty, it really couldn't show, but now can only be opened with a circus key. Well, I have a key to this circus, so open sesame! Xandy was a quite dumb person when he just let the door to be opened, and as you can see from the map and general walking around, this would be quite unpleasant place to navigate without any kind of map available. Well, even though there basically is just one way to go forward or backwards, they've added so much these twists and turns that it becomes a bit of confusing where you are going. And those days they don't serve anything. So, but I would wonder, it was some kind of, this place was some kind of, where you presume that it would be interior made from crystals or crystalline surfaces. It might be that it would be very bright and stunning, and these cold blue tones really do make this place look very shiny. But it was some sort of catalyst of light, but what was it? There was this wrath of light or something about 1,000 years ago, which came, but it really doesn't tell why Xandy would be using this. Is it something that this is the most powerful location to do that kind of powerful magics that he is doing, or does it have some sort of historical significance to it, or what might be the reason why it would be just this place for him to get busy or active, start doing his deeds, even though in gameplay wise it's very obvious why this is here. This game follows the very well, Final Fantasy 1 kept main antagonist hidden for quite a long time. In this one he showed up quite early, or they say he was mentioned quite early, Sandy of course. So it would be kind of him being mentioned quite early, but he has made any kind of personal appearances, and hasn't even been mentioned that many times. Tower of Owen, yes, and Water Crystal, yeah, maybe twice, and then of course the sages Doga and Une, who had a connection. But basically this is Xandy's basically so far been just a name which is known to be, yeah, he's there planning to end the world, stop him, which is a very vague and weak presence in a story in my books. Of course you don't need a strong active antagonist in this general story anyways, But I would say that this game, when you look at the setting and how it is shown, in that kind of sense loses to Final Fantasy 1, which made its clear feeling of post-apocalyptic setting much more strong. But in here I am. There are 5 these kind of demonic things sitting in right in the middle of the stage, and there is some sort of mirror to go through. But that will happen next time, when there will be first and final encounter with Sandy, and hopefully all the ending and all that, even though I know that Sandy is not the final boss of the game, because of much more iconic actual final boss will appear, but I do think some plot revelations to be hidden. See you next time. This was a boss rush and ramblings. See ya.